Powered by Virginia Radio.
Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Listen, we got a special edition of Let Me Say Something. Y'all know me, I'm Big Al, and I'm sitting here with another community hero. His name is Elliot Smith, but he's known as, let me get this straight now, XareKunn.
You sound perfect.
How you doing, my friend? How you doing, my friend?
Well, I'm doing well.
Excellent. Before we get into that, I just want to say we got something here that I want to show y'all, okay? And this is by No Choice Entertainment, which presents Cigars and Whiskey. Okay, it's about breast cancer awareness. We all got this on here. If y'all can see that, okay, the breast cancer awareness band is a very serious thing. Okay, we want you guys to show up on Friday, October 14th, 2022. Okay, they got happy hour, food and drink from 3 p.m. until 7 p.m. My man DJ Ali is bringing the vibes. DJ Ali, say what up, DJ? What up, DJ Ali, baby? That's my boy. Okay.
Do they still say spinning on the wheels? Do they still say that?
Now
He's spinning on the wheels.
He's spinning on the wheels from 7 p.m. till closing. Okay. And once again, this is going to be at 1144 Big Bethel Road in Hampton, Virginia, 23666. Okay. Once again, this is going to be for breast cancer awareness. Fight like a girl. All right, so we're going to see y'all there Friday, October 14th, 2022. It starts 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. will be food and drinks. After 7 p.m., there will be my man DJ Ali doing spinning? Spinning
on the wheels.
Spinning, keeping the vibes, okay? So y'all come on and have a good time, but it's for a really, 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 really good cause, okay? And it is free. 1144 Big Bethel Road in Hampton. It is free, okay? Come on out there, have a great time. Party, dance, drink, be merry, okay? All right. Okay, now we're going to get to my man, XareKunn.
That's the name.
Okay. Now, guys, you got to understand something. On this past Sunday, XareKunn, I got to get that right, keep it going right. He invited me to something on Sunday, man. I went over there, man, and it was, what it was a creative night. And because there was so much, it was basically an open, I call it an open mic. What do you call it?
I call it creative mics.
Creative mics, okay.
Creative mics.
I like his name better. And there are so many talented young people there. It was pretty amazing. I saw a guy named Tim Wonderland. I saw we had Miss Gemini there. We had a singer he called the Empress, who I'm seriously crushing on. Empress, if you hear me, I'm crushing
the Empress of R&B.
The Empress of R&B, yeah, the Empress of my heart. That's who she is, okay? But anyway, Elliot, man, I want to thank you for inviting me. I had a great time, man. There's so much talent there. I mean, and folks, it was at the Jerk Sauce restaurant. It was only $5 to get in and to watch that much talent. And I'm gonna tell you, if you were someplace else, you paid a heck of a lot more for that kind of talent, So Elliot, let's get started, man. Listen, first of all, man, tell me about you, about yourself, how you got started.
Okay.
Who you are.
I'm Elliot Smith, known as XareKunn, and I was raised here. I was raised right here in Hampton, Virginia. I'm on Shell Road. Hey, anybody who around here know about that? BOWYROSCE, Roscoe. Anybody who's lived on Shell Road know exactly what I'm talking about. And I was born here, man. My father was Philip Smith. Philip Smith III. He was a coach here. He coached at Denby High School. He coached at Phoebus High School. And he was the very first black football coach at a white high school.
Impressive.
In the state of Virginia. Philip Smith III. You can look him up. He is still alive today, strong, healthy, and he is in the history books too. So he's a a beautiful dark-skinned black man who was in the history books and still alive living today. So you need to check it out. But they raised me. My mother's name was Ray Evans Smith. They were both educators. They were both educators here in Hampton, Virginia. My mother taught third grade. Most of the time she taught, and my father, he was a football coach, and most of the time he was a head football coach and taught on the high school level. Okay. With the creative mics thing, like my man here said, there's a lot of great talent right here in Hampton, Virginia. Everybody thinks that you have to go somewhere. Everybody thinks something big has to happen for me to make it. You know, these are the things I've heard. I know we've all heard different things, but I'm speaking from the opinion of me. I've been making music here for a while. I started playing the saxophone when I was a kid. Started playing the piano.
He can play too, y'all. He can play.
I started playing thank you, man. I appreciate that. I started playing the piano when I was younger, but I didn't really stay with that for long. And I started playing the saxophone. So knowing about creating in my way, I have a way that I have learned, and I know about creating, how it works in my mind. So the way it has worked for me is being able to get me through a whole lot of different obstacles in my life. The whole time I was either listening to music intensely, trying to play music intensely. I started creating music intensely when beat making came into, when people could make beats.
Right.
I was playing, my saxophone with friends in high school, and when I was in the military, I played a little bit. But when that beat making thing came, I was like, oh snap! I can make a song by myself. Back then you had to tell somebody. In high school, I was in a group called Simplicity, and I remember some of the bigger writers out of us were Corey Cofield. He's a bass player. He's the bass man online. Corey Cofield is one of the baddest bass players down in Mexico right now. He's a brother from here. Shell Road.
That's amazing.
Right.
Shell Road does it again.
He used to write some of our songs when we were in high school. And we would, back then you had to tell somebody, play this. If you couldn't play the instrument, you had to say or hum the part to try to get the part around to everybody else.
Ah, okay.
So nowadays you don't have to do that. Or I'm gonna say in the late 90s when it became affordable for anybody. See, I got Cakewalk first. That was a beat making program.
No, before you, I'm just gonna interject just really quickly.
I'm sorry, I'm talking.
No. You're doing fine. I've just got questions in my head.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So basically, what I'm hearing is that from you, music is something that you feel, something you internalize. It's not just something that you do.
Yeah, I can be like whatever I'm doing. I feel like I'm doing music.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, whatever I'm doing, it's a bell at work. I work at the shipyard, and it goes off. I harmonize with the bell, and people be looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, well, yo, why? I don't understand why you don't want to do it. Sometimes it's like that, but yeah, I try. That's a good way of saying it. I internalized, I guess. Yeah, I like that.
So and what made you choose the saxophone? Because I'm a former clarinet player. We used to look down our nose at saxophone players. But go ahead, it's okay.
I'm gonna have to say my first notice of the saxophone that I can really pinpoint and remember was like Earth, Wind and Fire.
Oh, okay.
You remember when the extended version of
Yes,
Reese
that's the song, boy. That was the song. Yeah.
He plays so beautifully, don't you agree?
For young folks, that was actually on the album when you said that, okay?
And I would sit there and listen to that on the radio all the time. I think my brother had some albums, but I'm a kid. I wasn't playing the stuff myself, but I remember him playing it. He was in the Earth, Wind and Fire Parliament. My dad was more of a top 40 guy on black radio. He was listening to whatever the hottest people were. Well, Aretha Franklin, James Brown when I was young. He was listening to them people, whoever's hot was on the radio right then. My mother played nothing, but we listened to nothing but gospel music. When we was in the car with her, it was nothing but gospel music. You know what I'm saying? That's what she listened to. I remember being little. It wasn't like that as I got bigger, but I was young.
Right,
That's what
right.
I remember.
I got you.
You know. So that was the beginning of it. I believe. And then later on, who got popular with the saxophone? Grover Washington.
That was my boy. Now Grover was my boy, Mr. Magic.
He was playing music that was popular in the mid '70s, but it was R&B popular. Well, if I can explain it how it is now, if I can explain it in the terms now, so people understand, it was R&B for us. But he was playing the saxophone. You know what I'm saying? A long time, not just a solo, or not just going ba 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 ba. You know, on that. At least that's how I remember it.
Well, listen, when Mr. Magic came out, it was supposed to be jazz, but it crossed over into R&B, man. And I remember being in dorms, everybody was playing Grover Washington, Mr. Magic Boy. Oh, my God.
So I think I asked my dad for a saxophone, but I guess at that time he couldn't really get one. I'm not 100% sure, but I found a saxophone at my Aunt Christine's house. My cousin Linwood, they had a saxophone and played it. And we were at her house doing something. I don't know what happened, but I found it and was like, I was like, what is this? And opened it was a saxophone with like duct tape around it. And I remember asking her for it. She was like, why? She was like, I remember her saying, why do you want that old thing? And I remember trying to get my dad to try to fix it. I know I got it fixed. It got fixed.
Right.
I mean, when I say it got fixed, that horn played. You know, I wish I could get that horn today. Really? I done played other saxophones. I was like, man, if I knew what I knew now, I would have kept that horn. Right. You know what I'm saying? It was a good horn, man. But anyway, that's how I ended up getting a saxophone. I went to Eton, and basically the person who taught me how to to play the saxophone was Dan Nipel, Mr. Daniel Nipel. He was a teacher at Eton Fundamental School. He was a magnificent. He's still alive today too.
Wow.
He is still alive, and he still plays for the Virginia Symphony.
That's amazing.
Yeah, wow. He's a percussionist. Okay. And basically, he's the one who got me started on the saxophone. And I'm gonna get to why I play the soprano sax today. Okay. I'm sorry, am I good?
You're fine. Keep going. You got time.
Okay. While I was under the study of Mr. Dan Nipel, he had us listening to two people who were real important in music, which was Charlie Parker.
Oh wow.
And John Coltrane.
Oh.
So we didn't listen to a whole lot of it. You know, it was school. It was so we had a couple of days or, whatever, in which you listen to some song. And I want to say that we saw something like on a video or something of him playing, and he was playing the saxophone. Well, I thought it was another clarinet.
Oh, because it was long. Okay.
Yeah. Gotcha. But I didn't ask nobody.
Right.
I just that's another clarinet. I'm 14. I know. You know, I've been playing music a long time, like 2 years. You know, I know what that is. But later on, I found out it was a saxophone, and I didn't think those guys could play. No, when I was in middle school, I was like, they just making noise. I was like, all he doing is this, and that's what I thought they were doing when I was first introduced to them.
So you was doing runs and. Okay.
I didn't know what they were doing because I really couldn't play the saxophone.
I got you.
I didn't know what they were doing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I just thought, I'm playing this. I'm playing that every night.
Right.
You know? They're playing and there's no way I can figure that out.
They're hitting all kinds of notes. Yeah. What are you doing? Hitting all kinds of notes there. Okay.
There was no way. So in my mind, I was like, oh, they can't play. They're just some old dudes, just dead, who did something crazy, and they think it's popular, Old people think. I was like that, people, your parents, at least I was fortunate enough to have my parents and went to certain things. I'm like, why am I here?
Well, when did you feel that you were good enough to actually to play professionally? Did you go to school, music school? Did you teach yourself? I mean, and when did you realize, hey, you know something? I can make a little bit of change doing this.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say within the last 7 years.
Really?
Yeah, in the last 7. Now I was doing other things. I was making money making beats.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to give you a time frame.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I stayed too long in one time frame.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I played up until high school, the saxophone.
Mm-hmm.
In high school, I got pretty good.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? In middle school, I was one of the better. You know, one of the top ones, like in the city.
Okay.
But I got to high school, of course, the guys much better than me. But the older dudes still looked at me as being good.
Right.
Even though I'm not going to say I thought about whether I was good. I wanted to be good. I wanted to play well. But in high school, music became more of, I want to play that. I played my band stuff and was good in band music. But I had my friends who I wanted to play music that we were listening to.
Okay.
And by now I know enough about music to understand these things that are going on.
Okay.
Even though I couldn't play all that stuff, I could understand it now.
Right.
So I went to the military. I didn't really play a lot of music in the military. I was still intensely listening to music though. So I had my study of music basically up into high school. And at the time, I was always intensely listening to music. You can learn music too. Because I can learn a song by just listening to it.
Okay.
You know, if I listen to it for a while, I can pick up my horn without the music and at least start figuring it out. So I was intensely listening to music. I started listening to the mix of the music. Because in middle school, in high school, me and my friends who had a band did a couple of gigs where a person came and mixed our music. And that made me get more knowledge of how the music was adjusted, why Prince's songs sounded that way. How come the drums ain't loud when I'm listening to that? We made a recording on a little push button tape. The drums were too loud. How you fix that? We didn't know. Right. But now I'm getting a look at how people can do that professionally. So I had that picture in my head as I'm intensely looking at music. I got out of the military in '92.
Okay.
I hooked back up with friends here. Hey man, is it alright if I get a bottle of water, bro? Could you give me a bottle of water, man?
So you hooked up with some friends, you said?
Back up with some musical friends.
Okay.
So that
came back. Okay.
I came back here.
Okay. Now let me. So, when I heard you play the saxophone, man, you had a nice touch to it. That's the one I liked about it. You had a nice touch. You didn't force it to do anything. Mm-hmm. And I find that sometimes with saxophone players, they kind of force it to do some things that maybe that it shouldn't do. Get a little intonation, things like that. You know what I mean? You know, so I really appreciated the fact that you were just I appreciate the fact how you took care of the saxophone. You know, I'm a big music buff.
I didn't make a lot of. I understand, and I try to do that. I try to stay in my lane, man. You know, I can't just play anything.
You know, I mean, sometimes as professional sax players, I'm like, you know, and they get a little caught up. You know, they might be blowing too hard. They might be doing a little bit too much. Instead of things like that, man. But when you played, I mean, you were guys. If you can hear XareKunn play, I mean, this guy was tremendous. He's tremendous, man.
You can check some of it out. It's on the show Creative Mics was on Powered by Virginia, so you can check that link out right here, and also on
So while looking that up, so you said you were doing beats.
Doing beats.
Okay, and that's what you were doing. So I'm assuming you weren't playing the sax on a regular basis.
No.
Okay.
I was playing it off and on.
Okay.
Now
while you're doing these beats, you go look at what you're looking at.
No, I got it.
Okay. And when you were doing these beats, were you? I'm assuming you were either selling the beats, giving them away, something like that.
Sometimes that's what I was trying to do. Sometimes I sold them. Sometimes I just made music with people trying to do things. Sometimes people just paid for studio time.
Okay.
And I'd be like, yeah, I'll let you get beats. You pay me for studio time. Yeah, whatever we could work out.
Gotcha. Okay, so you did some bartering with that.
Right.
Okay, excellent. Okay, now now you have any beats that we might recognize?
Oh yeah.
Anything that we may have heard.
Can I play it?
Let's see. Is it?
You gotta send it to me. You gotta email it to him so you can set it up in the computer.
Okay. Well, he can set.
Yeah, I mean, you can play it on a microphone, but we.
No, he'll be able to pull it up on YouTube.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You know, if it's on YouTube, I'm not sure we can play it on the show though.
No, it's mine.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm tripping. You know, listen, I got burnt by that before. Like, you put stuff on it, all of a sudden, man, what happened to my show, man? There's no music, there's no sound. What's going on?
I do own the rights.
Okay.
I can say that.
My man owns the rights.
This is a disclaimer.
Okay. We can
I
play
do own the
his
rights
music.
Right.
Okay.
Can't nobody take it down, my music down from me.
Okay. All right. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. Listen, you're obviously on a journey, and this journey's taking you some really great places that I can tell, you know, that I can see. The music part. You said you had a group you called Simplicity. I'm not Simplicity.
That was high school.
That was high school. And were there any other groups that you started? Any other groups that you became part of?
We had a band for about a year, the Fiery Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
That was just like last year, in which Crystal Nicole, the Empress of R&B, was the lead singer. But we also had some tremendous people helping us. Another guy by the name of the Balladeer. He performed first.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. You sang like 3 songs, I think.
Yeah, so he was there. He assisted us, and we did that for a minute. We did a little bit. We performed in some places around here. You know, I'm not gonna say we got popular or nothing, but I will say we performed in some nice places. Triple Effects, West Beach Tavern. You know, we did some gigs, and we learned a lot. I will tell you, these are people that I still talk to when we work. We still building. Mm-hmm. We just not doing the band thing right now. But all of these people were very, very, very talented. So we did that for a little bit, and let's see. The lead singer, I make beats for her. Her name was the Empress of R&B, Crystal Nicole. I made beats for her. And some of the other artists we saw, I made some beats for Greg. I played the saxophone on one of Greg's songs. He sung it that night. Mm-hmm. Remember I said who's on the saxophone?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so, like I said, the talent that I saw this past Sunday was amazing. It really was. You know, it begs the question, at least for me, is that you got so much talent. Why not put together a group and travel around the city, around the state, that type of thing? Give them that type of exposure, or is it just too difficult to do it?
You mean like a permanent group of people?
I don't know about permanent, but
not permanent, but
primary.
Yeah. Well, actually, with this last one, that's what I was building.
Mm-hmm.
With this last one, we had T Fresh, Gemini, Crystal Nicole, the Balladeer. Mm-hmm. Some of these people are people that always come, you know.
Because you got enough people to do. You can do R&B, you can do rap, you can do jazz, you can do stuff. I mean, you have the whole gambit.
Yeah, we had a band, the last one, a live band, the Bay River Band. And what actually, you say that's what I'm trying to do. Coming up, this Creative Advice is going to have a concert. It's going to be a jam, though. It's going to be a club type situation where everybody can come party, drink. We're going to have a DJ and everything. And then we're going to have a concert.
Okay.
You know, throughout, you know, everybody gonna get a chance to club hard, and then somewhere around the late middle, we're gonna start a concert with these group of people that I've met.
Yeah, fantastic. Tell me, you involved with these people. How did you meet them? How did you meet? Just some names you guys might have heard of. Tim Wonderland, the Empress. What's she called? Crystal Nicole. Name some of the people that you're working with right now. Let's give them some love.
T Fresh. London Black, and all of these people are at there. I was trying to look up some of their stuff. I know London Black is at LUND, BLAQ. London Black. Crystal Nicole is at. Damn, I wish I wrote this down. I'm at XareKunn, at XareKunn, XareKunn. On all social media.
And these people are very, very talented. I mean, if you get a chance to go to their website, go check them out. I urge you to do that because they are very, very talented. You know, so that's, and to think that in the 757 we have this kind of talent just walking the streets, basically. You know,
that's what all the greatest talent is.
yeah. I mean, just
Every great talent that's ever been founded.
And well, listen, everybody got some kind of talent, but not everybody uses that talent or think they have that kind of talent. I'm assuming that you're someone that brings that talent out. You know, how do you do that? First of all, how do you discover them? And then secondly, when you do realize they have talent, you know, are they on the same page with you, or do you have to bring that talent out in them?
I'm not going to say I've discovered any of these, you know, the people I just mentioned. These are just people I've met. I didn't really discover them. Some of them discovered me, you know.
Okay.
You know, some of the people, I mean, I'm not naming everybody. I wish I had a little bit more organized where I could. But some of these people helped me. They helped me by the singing, you know. Yeah, I'm a guy who wants to have singers or put on a show. I need singers. I don't necessarily discover them. I need them. You know, most of them are already, you know, let me see. I gotta say, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're trying to put something together real. You're trying to put something together that's really gonna work. You gotta be good people who already are willing to push their talent. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I cannot say I pull no talent out of nobody. You know, nothing like that.
Well,
I met people.
You're being modest. You're being modest.
I'm just saying these people.
You're being modest.
No.
Listen.
I can say
because the Empress said that you were instrumental in getting her to come up and use her talent.
I think everyone has a God-given great talent.
Well, that's why I was asking you. But it takes a catalyst to pull it out, and you seem to be that catalyst for many of them that were there. Maybe not all of them, but certainly many of them did. A lot of them were giving you credit for that. They're calling you Mr. Elliott. So they were giving you credit for that. So, you know, I'm just saying that and that's why I'm asking you. And listen, and folks, just so you know, he's being modest. He really is.
Look, man. Go ahead. I'm just, and they help me too, though. These people. That's why I kick it with them. These people have pulled talent out of me. You know what I'm saying?
I don't doubt it.
I got a perfect example. The band I had, the Fire Phoenix. Never had a band before.
Okay.
I've been in a few bands. I've seen what the dude who lead the band do and how he do things, but I never had a band. But I was working with Crystal. She wanted to do a band, and you know, I met some good people who knew how to do stuff, who knew how to play. You know, so you know, we got these people together. We started practicing. Everybody showed up. Everybody came. 2 hours on Tuesday, 2 hours on Saturday, and we all work together.
Okay.
You know, we all pull stuff out of each other. But I learned that I could run a band. You know, I not run it. I learned I could get gigs. That's what.
Well, that's the key. Okay.
Running the band, I ain't gonna say I did such a great job.
But when it comes to negotiating, getting that gig, you were there.
That surprised me. And that kind of motivated me to keep doing other things, you know?
Yeah. You know, I get what you're saying. Well, listen, I hear what you're saying, you know, and I know you don't want me to keep calling you modest, but it's more like, from what I saw Sunday, it was more like moths being drawn to a flame. Okay? You being a flame. You know? And that's kind of what I saw. You know, everybody seemed to be very appreciative that it had this venue to show their talents. And for those of you that weren't there, there were rappers there. There were crooners. I call them crooners. Crooners there singing R&B. There were people that we had someone an instrumentalist playing the drums. You know, we had people singing ballads. I mean, it was the whole gambit of music that in the black community that we know and love and respect, and everybody was good.
Man, I don't really like the way how you be describing it. I'm like, you know, I'm trying to find a way to describe it good. I was like, you know, I can't describe it that good. I appreciate that. Okay,
yeah, man. Well, of course, you right in the thick of things, man.
Yeah, I'll listen to it like that. Is he talking about my show?
You know, but it was really good show. I was very, very, very impressed, man.
Wow, okay.
And I'm like, you know, and there, I think you had about 10 I want to say about 10 people performed. Somewhere right around 10.
All together, yeah.
Maybe give or take, and one or two. But it was about 10 people that performed. And it was obvious that you were the catalyst of all that. But let me ask you, if you can, the ones that you have touched and that performed, what can you tell me about them? Whether I know you said you just met Tim Wonderland, who he was amazing, by the way. I don't know how to categorize him. To me, Tim Wonderland was like a guy that just kind of said the spoken word. Back in the day, we used to have like people that had it was called spoken word night, and then you would say the word like poetry, but it's not poetry, but it could be. He was kind of like that to me.
Yeah, he's T-Fresh, and he have that nostalgic appeal, but his beats are beats of today. He does it over music that is done today.
Exactly.
Modern sound. And to me, I like that.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes I'll be like, look.
I remember his name.
I'm liking a lot of the new guys. I am. Even people look at me like, you like that? I'm like, yeah. I like that music. I'm listening to that, So I like the new rap music. I just wish it was more of a balance with the old style, He brings that. You can tell he's a 24-year-old kid, 26. I'm not sure. He's in his early to mid 20s, who has listened to a whole lot of rap from the 80s.
Gotcha. And by the way, if you guys want to call in and speak to XareKunn or myself, or have an opinion or give an opinion, listen, 757-964-9367. That's 757-964-9367 if you want to give us a call. Alrighty, or you just want to say hi. Okay, but man, so certain people that how are you? If you can just name some names as far as how you're interacting with these people, how do you find them? How do they find you? Anyone that stands out in your mind.
All right, I'm gonna say Crystal Nicole. I met her through a friend of mine named Stan the Mastermind. Stan was there. Light-skinned brother.
Oh, yeah.
That had Stan the Mastermind.
Somebody.
Nothing to Lose Entertainment introduced me to Crystal, and we started working maybe 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. We started making some music together, and that's how I met her. And then Stan, I can tell you how I met Stan. I cut hair at Gentlemen and Ladies Barbershop on Kickertown Road, 1811 Kickertown Road. Laser beam edge ups, seamless fades. Hit me up. Cuts by Elliot. At Cuts by Elliot.
Well, hopefully you do something for goatee too.
Yeah, I can touch that up too.
I might have to get that touched up at some point.
But one of his boys, Iceberg has a store up in northern Newport News. I can't think of the name of it. He has all. Damn, I wish I could think of the name of his store. Anyway, Iceberg was making a studio right across the street from the barbershop. And I saw these guys, Stan had dreads back then. Stan coming in, they got speakers, mixing equipment. I'm like, what they doing? They got recording equipment. So I just walked on over there and wanted to talk to him. I met Stan. He was the first person I met. We like, yo, what's up? We talked, and I was like, I make beats too, And that's how I met Stan. I can't remember everything else to transfer, but that's how I met Stan.
Now, the reason why I brought that up because I know that the Empress of Crystal Nicole, she was saying that you get into the studio and you kind of gently nudge her to do certain things, and then she might be a little leery as far as doing those types of things, but this gets back to bring out the best in people. I know she has at least one album. She may have more than that. And she's saying some cuts from the album, which were
she has an album getting ready to come out. It's called Love, Marriage, and Divorce.
Yeah,
that's right.
Guys, Love, Marriage, and Divorce, Crystal Nicole. She sang how many cuts? I think 2 cuts.
Yeah, 3.
3 cuts.
She sang 3.
Man.
Mm-hmm. She sang one she just finished called Caught Up, and she did a very good job.
Yeah, she brought the house down. She did a tremendous job, But she was giving you she was just talking about you at one point. Mm-hmm. So I just need you just expand on that as far as your interaction with her when you first met her, when you first got in the studio, that type of thing.
stand water to my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to remember what transverse. I can't remember what happened that day, but I know I gave her some beats, and she came back with a song where she had written it, sung on her iPad or something.
Okay.
And she really had done like 6 songs on top of each other.
Wow.
She had did so many backgrounds, so many harmonies, so many answers and breaks on it. I was like, look, it sounds good, but it sounds like 2 songs or 3 songs all on top of each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and basically she had the song. She already knew how to sing it. You know, she did it herself. I didn't help her at all.
Mm-hmm.
She came back with her song. You know,
okay.
You know, she can't. But we just organized it, son. You know, sometimes if you're not used to recording a lot in the studio, you got these ideas in your head that you think are going to go that way at the studio. It don't necessarily. You can get it done the way you want it, but you may need to. How can I say? If you don't know, you might just need a little instruction on how to slow down and get it done.
Okay.
You know how to do it the way you do it in your head, but your head ain't the studio.
Right.
You
right.
gotta make it work the way the computer and the way it works. You know what I mean? It'd be great if you could just. That'd be great, but that's basically all I did. I didn't really do anything else but just help her. But now she organized her own thoughts. So
okay.
So you know.
Well, she has some pretty good songs there. It's pretty good songs, man. And like I said, now what about there's another young lady there. I don't know the names. I call her Miss Gemini because she said she was Gemini.
Right. Actually, for the Creative Mics thing, I was advertising through here.
Okay.
Loud knew her, and she just hit me up on my messenger.
Okay.
Could she be on the show? I was like, yeah, of course. It's an open mic. You know.
Miss Gemini, you knocked it out of the park. I mean, and what is she, like 19 or something? 20?
Yeah, she's young.
She's young and she's a pistol, as my grandmother used to say.
Her name isn't Miss Gemini.
And I know that was, but that's how I remember her. But if you got her name, I have no problem saying her name out loud. But listen, the rap that you did, etc. You know, listen, you knocked it out the park, young lady. Very glad that to have heard that and seen you.
Kayla.
Kayla.
Yeah, KAAYYLUH.
Kayla. Mm-hmm. Okay, Kayla, you were. I don't call you Miss Gemini. Kayla, Miss Gemini. Mm-hmm. Okay, you were fantastic. You knocked the ball out the park. Okay, if any of y'all know Kayla, make sure she sees this. Let her know we're giving her some love. Okay, we're gonna give her some love because she was saying that she's all about the struggle and she's all about the end result of the struggle, which would be success.
I like the fact her style is a style that is going on. You know, I'm 52 years old. I love rap music, grew up on it. So there have been many styles of rap music. I would like to say her style is right on point for what's going on today.
I would agree with that.
She puts a little bit of different. She puts her own little thing into it. You know, she puts her into it, but it's still along the lines of what's going on today. And I like it because I like the new style. So I like the new style.
But she was so energetic, man. She came in and man, she just grabbed that mic and she a little bitty thing too, little bitty thing with a great big old voice, man. She hit that mic, started rapping, and everybody like, whoa.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, I was like, wow.
Then she stopped and gave us some philosophy.
Gave us some philosophy. She said, if your group of friends, if y'all can't support each other, they don't support you. She was like, you need to get some new friends.
Yeah, and that's a young lady. That's a young woman saying that. Okay, and so she's mature enough to know that much, man. And I think what she was saying too was she wasn't gonna let nobody stop her. Okay, all the negative stuff, she's gonna let that go. All the negative people, she's gonna let that go, and she was just gonna keep moving forward one step at a time. And her being at the show, that was her taking that step forward. So kudos to you, Kayla, Miss Gemini. Okay, and like I said, if y'all know Kayla, okay, please let her know that we at Power by Virginia are talking to her, and we see you, girl. We see you. Okay. Now, so the young man that was the drummer,
Mhm.
okay,
Which one?
the last one.
The one with the dreads?
Yeah, I can't remember. Did he have dreads? I can't remember if he had dreads.
Slim younger guy.
I think it was a slim guy, but he was the last. He was the last drummer just before everything shut down. He was the last one,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember him because he had a quick light foot.
He did.
He had a very quick light foot though. He wasn't. I mean he was hitting it, but it wasn't like woo.
His name was Xavier.
Xavier. That's his name. You know, and so what? How was your interaction with him? How did you meet him? Did he meet you? Or
Actually, that's the first time me and Xavier ever did anything together.
Mm-hmm.
We met each other at an open mic.
another open mic?
We met each other at an open mic, and he had like a laser tag place, or a place where he had a place where he did an open mic every Friday or something like that.
Okay.
So I tried to do open mic there, but we never connected and got it together. But periodically, I stayed in touch with him.
Okay.
Like, what's up? What you doing?
Right.
He has a band.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the name of it, but he has a band. So when I hit him up before this, I'm like, what's up? What you doing? Come through? And he was like, yeah. He was like, I'll come through, man. And that was our first time hooking up and doing anything.
Well, he was impressive. He was impressive with that thing, man. Because like I said, when I listen to drums, I listen to the feet,
Mm-hmm.
and like I said, his foot was very quick, but it was light. I mean, we just wasn't. I mean, he was hitting it. Don't get me wrong, he was hitting it. And then he had this thing where he was playing. Man, I think did he break his stick or lost his stick or something like that. He was playing all of a sudden. He lost a stick or broke a stick or something. Man, you could not tell. You could not tell. If you weren't watching, you missed it. Because he said crack and he just moved another stick, boom, kept going. I was like, good God. Okay. I was like, man, that brother is good. That brother is good.
Yeah.
Who are some people that stand out that you're working with right now that were part of the open mic or creative mic, I'm sorry, that you want to shout out or have comments about? You've been in the game a long time, so who's standing out for you?
Of course, we know Crystal Nicole. She's been practicing. She does her thing. She's honed her gift.
Crystal Nicole, by the way, call me.
Yeah, she's honed her gift and she does well. London Black. I like London Black a lot. Once again, London Black. She's singing to music that's going on today, but she got a neo soul flavor, which is from an era I love. So I'm really loving what she's doing, London Black. And Kayla, once again, I like these beats. I like what's going on with the kids. I'm looking at it, and she is that person who took that style and adds her own style to it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And the whole thing is about creating. Create. Do what you do. If you get your lane, be passionate about your lane, and creation can help do other things. Creating can help heal you. Create, like I was saying earlier, it can help you get through things that you're going through. As far as I'm concerned, music for me, it doesn't have to be music for everyone.
Right.
It can be whatever you create. I don't care if you love chemistry, math, cooking, whatever you if it's your gift, your true gift, you gotta hone that thing. But everyone doesn't listen to. Everyone finds out what their gift is. This is what I believe. At some point in your life, God has shown you. You know what I mean? What your gift is. I don't know how He might have showed you. Somebody tried to make you do something. You're gonna go to football practice. You're not quitting, or no, you're not gonna stop taking black leg. I don't care if you don't feel like going. You know what I mean? You're gonna do it for at least this amount of time. Whatever happens, someone showed you. I mean, God showed you. God showed you. But due to how life is, and how unappreciative a lot of times the world is to the arts. Dre, the painter, he's a genius.
Yeah.
Dre is a genius. This guy's artwork, I'm sorry, I've seen artwork that don't look good as his go for thousands of dollars.
Absolutely.
Tens of thousands.
Absolutely.
But it was because of what went on behind the art. Not that just the person painted it. They had to create a reason for its value. I mean, art is a reason for it. Why people love it, but the way people do today, it's got to be by someone. Has to be someone of importance or deemed to be of importance for it to be this great piece of artwork a lot of times. But it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. If you look at it and you appreciate it and you think it's great, you should give what it's worth. It's hard for artists to get it. So people get lost in their art or their creativity. Man, I can't keep doing that. You know, I can't raise my family with that. I know I'm great at it. I can't raise my family with I can't do this, I can't do that. So one thing, the world is unappreciative of arts. So you got to do a lot more than that. You can't just be good at it. You got to push it. You got to learn how. You got to give yourself a brand. You got to make yourself you. If you know you are important, make yourself important.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because, guys, just so you know, Dre is an artist, and I think he does videography and stuff like that, or is he just I think he does a couple other things. But I know I saw him
Cope.
Yeah, I saw.
That's the name of his brand.
Cope, COPE.
Cooperating.
I know it stood for something.
Yeah, it stood for something. I'm sorry, Dre.
You know,
he's going to be here. He's going to have a podcast on the 22nd.
Yeah, so I heard.
Right, so you can check Dre out in Cope in person.
If you could find a better artist, a better painter than Dre, let us know here at Power by Opportunity, because I didn't see that guy was standing there and just while the show was going on, while Creative Mike was going on, all he was doing was just had a little canvas and he was just painting, drawing and painting, and it was unbelievable. He had a self-portrait of himself that he did, he and his daughter, of him and his daughter, that looked like that looked real. I mean, it was perfect. Looked just like him. It was perfect. I've never seen anything like it. Usually when people do a self-portrait, they try to, well, let me get rid of this one chin, and let me, this eye, okay. They fix it. They fix themselves. Not this guy. He looked exactly like his portrait did. Again, we're talking about talent in the 757, and with that
Genius
talent,
level talent.
we need to support this talent. These were all black people. Okay? And we had a few people there, don't get me wrong, but there should have been more. There should have been more.
Everyone has to start somewhere.
And you got to start somewhere. And like I said, next time, XareKunn, the next time that happens, you let me know, man. I'm going to push it as hard as I can to Creative Mike. Then I'm going to be there too. But guys, this is, once again, the reason why we're doing this on a Wednesday is because basically I can't wait till Friday. Okay, I wanted to tell y'all what's going on right now because I don't know what this man is doing over the weekend. He might be doing another creative. I don't know. All I know is that whenever he does something, okay, we need to be there because we need to support our own people. These are young people. They're not old fogies like me. Okay,
young people.
They're young people
doing their thing.
They're chasing a dream,
and they're taking care of themselves. It's not about they're just chasing the dream. They're taking care of their jobs. They're taking care of their responsibilities. They're taking care of their children. And I mean, really taking care of them like they're supposed to, but yet they still use time for their creativity. They may not watch TV. I like to call it tell lies through vision. They may not watch it. They don't go to the movies. They take care of business, take care of home, and do their creating.
And a lot of these, and once again, they're focused. And I can tell, and one thing I will say, you can always tell when an artist isn't really focused and they're just like, I got natural talent, I'll just go ahead and sing,
No.
You can always tell an artist like that, okay? That artist is not going to get anywhere, they're not going to do anything, okay? But when you have artists that are actually practicing their craft
regularly,
on the regular, you can't play a drum like Xavier did by just doing it every Saturday. Okay, or some guys play only in church. You know what I mean? Sunday in church, they'll play that Friday a little bit for practice. Then Sunday, these people are these young men and women are actually performing. They're doing their thing. They're honing their craft, and they're trying to be the best that they can possibly be in doing their craft. Okay. Now they're fortunate to have someone like XareKunn to kind of guide them a little bit, through some of the landmines that might be out there.
I'm fortunate to have them so I can have a show.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true too.
Yeah, I'm fortunate. We're all fortunate. I'm fortunate to have met you. I'm fortunate to have met Loud. I'm fortunate to have met them. We are all fortunate to meet each other. I don't like to say no one did more or nothing for anybody else. You know, when I try to do something, I try to do it for no return. That's why you try to get with good people.
Right.
You know, we building.
You know, and the building's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. There are other people out there. For those of you that are watching, those of you that are watching, and you know someone that has talent. They may be a rapper, an artist, a drawer, a singer. It doesn't make it different what their talent is. You're looking at entertainment. Okay? I want you to give this man a call. You know, Ellie, tell them how they can contact you. Take your time.
My number. You can contact me on all social media at XareKunn. That's on Facebook. Elliot Smith, XareKunn on Facebook. At XareKunn on IG. At XareKunn on Twitter. And at XareKunn on YouTube. So in all those ways, I would like for you, you know, if you're going to check me out or give me a call, I would like you to check out a little bit of our content. We don't have a whole lot, but it's real easy to find. You know, you check it out too.
Yeah,
and make sure if it's something. I want to meet people. We all want to meet people to build with, but also we got to make sure it's something you could build with. You know what I'm saying? But if it's about creativity and you want to do something creative, I'm open to anything. You know, personally, I'm open to all ideas. You know, I know some people trying to do some plays. My nephew writes movies, and he's my videographer. So he shoots scenes. He has friends that do little acting scenes. If you want to get into something like that, he's always looking for people who are serious about showing up. And it's not about you need to come at 8 hours a day. Just take the scene, read it, work on it at home. We come together and do it one day. Yeah. You know, it's an opportunity, but we got to make it happen within the time of our real lives too. You know.
You know, and it's called creative minds. In other words, you might be an actor.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let that stop you from coming. You might have a scene you want to do, like he just said. You do your scene, okay?
I've been to an open mic that had nothing but that.
Yeah.
People doing characters. That is something that's tremendous to me.
You know, you never live till you've seen Othello doing an open mic, man.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's amazing. You know, and I'm just saying, listen, okay, hear me out. This man's from Shell Road.
Shell Road.
Now, we all know the reputation that Shell Road's had for a long time.
And that's bad.
Okay?
It ain't like that.
But don't let that stop you. Don't let where you come from be where you end up. Okay? It doesn't have to be that way.
That's true.
Okay? You have a talent. And some of you have talent you're not using. Some of you seen it in the shower. Some of you drawing for yourselves, or you don't want nobody to see it. Some of you want to be an actor. Some of you know, there's a Denzel Washington looking at us right now. Okay, there's a Denzel Washington looking at us right now. There's a Cicely Tyson looking at us right now.
Miles Davis.
There's a Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Grover Washington looking at us right now. Okay.
Another Kendrick, another Jay-Z.
Exactly. Looking at us right now. And what I want to tell all of you is, don't let your circumstances stop you from being successful. Okay. You know, Miss Kayla had it right. If there are people that if you have a dream or something that you want to do and someone doesn't support you, find more friends.
Yeah, you gotta find support, and that doesn't mean that you dislike the friends you have, or you're not really friends no more. You just gotta move on and spend your time. Time is precious, so if you're gonna spend your time somewhere, spend it somewhere building up your creativity. I'm gonna tell you, focus on your creativity. You make money what you love doing, and I'm not saying you gotta make millions. You can just make 50 a year, 60 a year, and live off that. Yep. But you're doing what you love to do. It'll never seem like work.
There you go.
It'll never seem like work.
Listen, what we're talking about right here is not just being successful. It's also being, how do I want to put this?
Productive?
Productive is a very good word. Productive. It's just being productive, but being something that if you love it, well then why aren't you doing it?
Why aren't you doing it? I got friends that are way better than me in music. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, just thousands of times better than me, can play so. I'm jealous of how they can play. I don't play no more. I'm like, what? You know?
Wow. Wow.
I wish I could play like you. You know, we grew up together. I know you and how great you. They don't play anymore. I don't know why. I mean, I'm jealous of their skill, but at the same time, I'd be like, I don't ever want to be like that. You know, I don't ever want to not want to play no more.
You know, and listen, I want you to understand. And listen. If XareKunn can come from Shell Road with a reputation and do what he's doing for so many young people, and those young people are prospering, you know, and striving. Okay, imagine what you could do the same thing. There's no reason why you can't. And I'm talking, and I'm assuming this business age ain't nothing but another number.
I feel it's nothing but a number.
Okay, so listen, some of you out there, you know, you've been working around, and you always thought about being a singer. You thought about being an actor. You thought about being a writer. You know, you thought about being a rapper. But you know, hey, but you went in a different direction. Maybe you got married, taking care of the family. Maybe you went overseas. Maybe you did this. You joined whatever. It is never, and I want you to understand this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I really do. It is never too late.
Yeah. And success doesn't always have to be millions of dollars or world fame. You know, if you have a good job and you're already doing some things, you know, you get your craft on, you can make good. This is what I do. I make extra money. You know, I make money.
Right.
You know, I have 2 other jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So with my creativity, I learn to make, you know, generate some cushion. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I enjoy myself. You know, I don't do a lot of like clubbing unless I'm throwing the jam.
Right.
You know, but I spend most of my time, especially the last 4 or 5 years, creating, which is music for me.
You know.
So,
and I gotta tell you, you know, so tell me to go get loud. Yeah.
Man, I appreciate you, man.
Man, listen. This is.
I know I talked a little too much.
No, you did not talk a little too
sorry,
much,
man.
Don't do that. But I want to make sure that we get the point across. Is that he's doing this out of love. There's no other reason why he's doing it. It's out of love. Okay.
If you're in Hampton, Norfolk, just we can do something.
You know,
even if it's just one time.
One time. I mean, you might listen. We're an internet radio station, so you'll be able to see us whether it's Brazil, whether it's California.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're about to wrap it up.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter where you are. Okay, when you see this, I want you to share this with somebody and let them know that it ain't too late.
Right. Can we play one of the songs? Sorry, Can I play one of my cuts?
What's the song?
On YouTube, My People by Chris Nicole.
Anyway, listen, folks. I want to take this time and what we're gonna play one of Chris Nicole's songs. Okay, while we head on out of here. But listen, you know, this man, his name is Elliot Smith, also known in the same word XareKunn. Okay, and I just want to give them both names in case they're searching for you. Okay, and once again, you can find him. He's on pretty much everything, right?
Yeah, XareKunn, Twitter, IG,
XR,
capital X, lowercase ARE, KUNN.
You know, he's the man, though. He's the man. You want to invite me to the restaurant, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
All right. I definitely want to be there, man.
I appreciate that.
You know,
yeah, my people. You see.
So what we're gonna do, folks? Listen, we're gonna sign off with one of Chris Nicole's cuts. You know, it's a good one. And what's it called?
My People.
My People. And like I said,
Let me see your other hand. Let me see your other hand.
you know, so listen, make sure you think about what we said. And look at this particular podcast. Send it to somebody that you know that has that kind of talent we're talking about. Send somebody a little bit in touch with XareKunn.
They don't want us to use black power. I got news for them. That's the greatness of America. Is the right to protest for right.
The world is hard.
Virginia. Radio.